Yes, this is beer in a stemless champagne glass. Do I want to talk about it? Not really. It is what it is. Hello! Welcome to a video about a customer interaction that I had that I think about once a week. About 2 years ago, I was working at a bookstore, and it was this massive used bookstore that had 3 different floors, all of which were run very differently, had a very different vibe. For instance, the main floor had almost all nonfiction, but a lot of it was very specific lifestyle kinds of things. So it had lots of cooking, gardening, but then it also had a lot of like self-help, as well as like a general mental illness section that had to do with grieving and recovery from eating disorders, as well as books about relationships and divorce. So a lot more like sensitive topics, you know what I'm saying? So you're trained that when you work on that floor to be very cautious about how people approach you, right? Like a lot more soft-spoken, looking for those kinds of subjects, and to respond with discretion. I, however, spent most of my time working on the very top floor, which half of it was all of the general fiction in the store, and then the other half was also nonfiction, but it was a lot more like sociology, gender and sexuality, history, that kind of stuff. So not in the same mindset of like discretion. One of the little corners that I did a lot of shelving in is what we called the dad corner, which was military history and boats, okay? This included like voyages upon the sea to like the basics of owning a boat. So one day I was working at the front desk, and this gentleman approached me and very softly said to me, "Hi, hello, do you have any books about rope tying?" And my ass, just having shelved the boat section, thought he meant nautically, not sexually. And I didn't realize that until after I had loudly repeated back to him, "Rope tying?" So loudly that other customers turned around to look. And he just looked at me with the quiet desperation of a man whose confidence has just been betrayed. I just was like, "What is wrong with you? Get it together," and directed him to our section on sexuality. And I knew he wasn't going to find anything there because that section was entirely sex books from the 90s and a bunch of copies of the Kama Sutra literally nobody asked for. He returned, having not found anything, and so I, suggested the internet because I thought he'd probably find, better, more up-to-date information there anyway. And to this day, I just feel so bad about it because this person came in seeking information on something in a very kind of quietly confident way about something you can't really talk about in public, let alone, in a basic customer service interaction. A lot of people might be really embarrassed and whatever, and he was just trying to find more information. And like, it was especially bad because at the time I was literally finishing a degree in gender studies where I took so many classes about sexuality, like specifically about BDSM and the history of sex toys, your name's saying. Like, literally, what was I doing? Sir, if you're watching this, I hope that you are living a very fulfilled and adventurous life and you acquire the information that you need. There was also that time that I found somebody's nudes in a book. Should we go there? Yes, okay. I was actually working on the very bottom floor, which was our vintage section. The process in that section of the store was a little bit different because all the people who worked there regularly had to kind of appraise and catalog all of the books into their system. So I was working there with a coworker who was doing the cataloging, and she was quite a timid, shy person. She began to appraise this very nondescript, like pale yellow beige set of like law books, and she just opened one of the covers to check the condition. I heard this tiny gasp and I was like, what happened? And in it was this envelope of somebody's Polaroid nudes. And she was like, "Ileana, can you deal with this? I can't handle this." And I was like, "Don't worry, I got this." But yeah, somebody's Polaroid nudes that someone had took of this person, very much in the 90s, given the decor and just general, vibe and situation. And then it became a very ethical issue of how do I destroy these in the most effective way possible, because obviously this person had no idea that their nudes were just like out in the public. Word to the wise, you know, always check your books before donating them or selling them to a used bookstore, because you never know, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye!